All right, we're going to change it up a little bit today. The collectibles will be back next time, but I just have to speak my mind on tribalism in today's professional wrestling. I'm very confused by this because when I started watching wrestling in 1985, I couldn't get enough. I started with the WWF. I then found the NWA. I started watching World Class Championship Wrestling, and finally the AWA. So to me, it was like different flavors of ice cream. I started off with the WWF, and they would always have the heroic champion. In the case of when I started watching, it was Hulk Hogan, and he would be fending off the bigger challengers like your King Kong Bundys, or your Andre the Giants at WrestleMania 3. And that's how it was. Then you go to an NWA, where it's a totally different situation. You would have Ric Flair, the villain, on top, and he'd be being chased by the likes of a Dusty Rhodes, who would win the title for a short time. And then Flair would get it back, and that was repeated with other challengers, because that's where the money was in that organization. It was having the good guys chase the bad guys for the title. Then you had World Class Championship Wrestling, which revolved around the Von Erichs, and those crowds were hot. And I also miss saying that those NWA crowds were hot. But you had personal issues with the Von Erichs and the Freebirds. A lot of talent went through there. Ultimate Warrior started there as the Dingo Warrior, for example. And it was exciting. And I think you get the point. Then there was the AWA. AWA was kind of starting its decline when I started watching, but it introduced me to talents like the Road Warriors, the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, who of course were the Rockers in the WWF. So you had all these different things going on. Now the AWA kind of petered out for different reasons. Maybe that's another video. But didn't appeal to me anymore. So guess what? I just stopped watching. Now today, it's a totally different story. In some cases, maybe it's a minority, but a very loud minority who's saying, oh, AEW stinks. They should go out of business. It's all flippy dippy. And they don't use the women right. And you know what? Some of those criticisms may be valid. However, they provide jobs for not only the wrestlers, cameramen, I should say, producers, all these people behind the scenes. And that is a great thing for those employed in the wrestling business. And they do have their bright spots as well. In my case, I think it's Timeless Toni Storm. She's phenomenal. Now with AEW fans, you've got some of the same thing. Oh, I wish WWE would go out of business. Oh, they push the wrong people, which is purely subjective, by the way. But there is some valid criticism there, too, where people were very behind Jey Uso, not that they still aren't. But he gets the world title and kind of peters out from there. But there's a lot of great things in WWE. One of the people that's sometimes complained about being pushed, Rhea Ripley, just had a banger with Io Sky on Evolution. So again, kind of confuses me what people are complaining about. Chelsea Green, just phenomenal in whatever she does. So anyway, my point is, watch what you like, whether it's WWE, AEW, maybe it's even something else. And if you like both, if you like more, that's fantastic. And I also want to take a brief moment to acknowledge I found out I had some younger viewers on here, and thank you. And if you do like the modern product, I'm not saying I don't, but if you follow it religiously, I want to recommend some great modern content creators: Denise Salcedo, Alex, Queen of the Ring, Mr. Santi Zap, hope I got that right, Mini Portable, and Wheezy Blonde. Thanks so much. I will be back with the normal positivity and collectibles next time.